Bác về đương nào là này không?
Ra đây đâu nào cái gì? Hai.
right here is the LS100 operating, drilling a shallow or a simple well, and on the left is the hand augering process. Gift of Water, Gift of Life uses this primarily as an exploratory tool, but in some cases it may be able to be used to actually produce a good functioning well. So you can see it brings a lot of community involvement, which is something that Gift of Water actually requires of a community when they go in to do a project. Just the power of Ugali. Now, as they're going through the process, you'll find that they're taking a soil sample approximately every meter and putting that in a row so that they can come back later and look at how the soil changes over time.
What happens is the sand is here, see, and all this sand came from the mountains here. Over the years, it decayed and come down and filled in sediment in the valley. And the same thing with the water's coming off the mountains, coming down in that sand and down here, and then it seeps out down there by the river. And so it could flow up the hole. We're going to visit a place down here where they drilled to 65 feet deep, and once they got there, the water came up to 22 feet. It goes through sand and stays down there long enough. This is coming from the tower and it's city water.
Oh, not from this.
It comes right out of there, comes down this pipe up here, goes over there to the men's room, over there to the living room, kitchen, to the house. 4 places. These are the faucets used in the washrooms for the boys and girls. And these are spigot faucets you turn on. We hope to replace these taps with push-button taps, horizontal push-button taps, to eliminate the wasted water left on by the kids when they walk away with faucets. These will shut off automatically when they take their finger off of the button, and it'll save Mama Choyela lots of money in the long run.
Here's the crew working on Usukami in the background. You'll see Obed Ntatekolo, Isaac Mpando, Frank Sanga, and Onesimo Kingunge. This is a drill bit. It's what does most of the work. The plate itself then comes along and augers it out deeper so that the PVC pipe, so that the hole is wider than the PVC as you saw there. As I drill down, the rig is set up with a plate at the bottom to minimize the shaking, which they'll put in place here. There's 2 motors operating. One to turn the bit and the second one to pump water. The water flows down through the hose and the pipe and pulls the debris that the cutting edge and the bit are able to break up and carries it up. At this point, they're checking the water as it's coming up, curing the solids to find out if it's mostly clay or if it contains small stones or rock. That water, as it carries the debris up, will go into one settling pit, which then filters into a second settling pit. So you have heavy material going into the first pit, the lighter material flowing from the higher level into the second pit and then back down. The process takes a lot of water just to do the drilling itself. They'll generally go down, find a small local stream, prime the pump, sometimes they have to take a lorry and fill sim tanks to bring it from a further distance, so that they can use that water in the drilling process itself. This man is most likely pulling the heavier water out of the settling ponds to be replaced with lighter, fresh water. As is typical in Tanzania, nothing quite goes as planned. There's always a little bit of a maintenance issue going on. As you can see here, a bicycle inner tube is being used to make a repair or seal some kind of a leak. Now they're priming the pump, getting ready to start the mud pump once again for carrying the solid material, which the drill bit and the plate itself loosen up. So They're up and running. The pump is primed. The water is flowing. And once again, this is not water out of the ground. This is water that has been carried in for the purpose of assisting in the drilling. So in theory, the first time through, this was clean water going down, dirty water with solids being forced back up. Here's another picture of the plate holding it steady. They're always looking for fine sand or rock materials which are most likely to contain water. Each time they add on a new section, it's another reason to celebrate that you get deeper without hitting rock and hopefully getting closer to that all-valuable, fresh, clean water source. Gentlemen, start your engines, and the drilling resumes with a new section of pipe on. And what we always like to see is finding ample supply of water within the first 100 feet is what this piece of equipment is best designed or best suited to drill to. This is sped up a little bit, but you'll see one section at a time it's coming up. They're very cautious, first off, to keep the equipment clean, but it also is important for them to always have two people pulling on it at the same time. In case one slips, it would be very costly for the equipment to fall down in the hole and most likely not be able to be recovered. Now the hole is ready to start putting screen and pipe down. The first sections are screen. The difference is, as you can see here, the screen has small slots cut in it. Those small slots just simply allow the water to filter in while the rock and mud would stay out. So they'll start lowering the screen in. These sections are approximately 10 feet in length. A good well, it's always nice to have 20 or 30 feet of screen with water flowing into it. It will help, doing so will help them make it through the dry season with still ample supply of water. At this point you can see there's no holes cut and they're into the casing, which would be the upper section, and it's generally best to have at least 20 feet of casing from the surface down to minimize the chance of contaminated water filtering into the clean water source below. So section by section they're going through it. We've got a future well driller watching on, hopefully learning as they go. Once again, caution has to take place to make sure that as they lower these in, it becomes very, very heavy. And to have it drop into the well, you would not only lose the hole that you've drilled, but the screen and the pipe. As they approach getting to the surface, they start making plans for the next step. Force some water down, and at the same time they will take gravel pack, very small gravel particles, and pour them into the surrounding the casing and the screen. And that just simply provides another layer of filtration for the water, and it also maximizes the capacity of the well. It's important that the gravel pack is round in nature. Okay, well, best laid plans, and the rain's moved in. until the next day the crew comes back to finish off the project. They cap the well with concrete to keep any contamination once again from seeping down from the surface. The wells are dedicated with in mind that the water is a gift from the village or a gift from the partnered church that is a gift from God intended for the entire village. And this is what has us coming back.
Along with providing clean, safe water for the villages in Iringa, we felt they needed to have some basic hygiene training. They need to know how to keep that clean, safe water just like that. So we offer training for people going to visit their companion congregations in Iringa so they can teach the villagers the importance of washing their hands with soap and water after using the toilet, before handling or preparing food, before eating. Even washing their faces will help to prevent flies, trachoma, and blindness. And the people that go to Iringa need to talk with the villagers about a proper latrine. Now in Tanzania, that's a choo.
This is what excites us, just bringing clean, safe water and health to the people of Tanzania. It's just wonderful to see in a village people cleaning their vegetables in clean, safe water. You'll note that she's using 3 buckets, washing it 3 separate times. And the water is never taken for granted by the people in Africa. Everything is used. The same would hold true for cleaning water. After she washes this lettuce, the water is put to good use, poured out, and by design, drained away from the home and out to irrigate her crops. All of us at St. Paul Partners are inspired by Keith's words.
And I really enjoy what I'm doing. I feel that my whole life has been led up to this specific point, and this is what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life, and that's what I plan on doing.